Yes, it's me, Fly My Mavic. Thank you, as always, for joining me. If you are a Mavic Pro owner, or a Mavic Pro 2, or even a Spark owner, you'll know that there's only sort of so many sizes of phone you can put in little arms here. I mean, the Samsung fits in nicely, as do most sort of 7-inch phones. I've got this Huawei tablet that also fits in. Bit heavy though. The iPad Mini 2 also fits in there, believe it or not. If you own a Mini 2, you'll know it fits in. Now recently, I upgraded and brought myself this. This is the Shield K1 by Nvidia. It's a really nice tablet, but obviously it doesn't quite fit into the bracket. So I had to go out and shop on eBay to try and find something. Now before I brought the Shield, I did go out and buy a couple of different holders just to see which one sort of suited the iPad and this Huawei one. And I thought I'll start with the cheapest and I'll sort of work my way up and see which ones we've got. So the first one is this one. Price is £6.68. It's a portable tablet mount and phone holder chip remote. Not sure what chip's all about. For DJI Mavic 2 Pro Zoom. It's not just for the Pro 2. I mean, it does the Mavic 2, the Mavic 1. Probably do the Spark as well. The controllers are pretty much sort of similar shaped. And this is what you get. You get that, and you get that as well. Spring loaded, so it does hold an iPad, for instance, like that. And it does have quite a good firm grip on it. And my Shield also fits in there as well. And again, it's got quite a good grip on the Shield, and that is quite a heavy tablet, that Shield, I must admit. Assembly is, well, we'll just put on the controller first of all. Put your aerials up like this, and then just push it around and under until it goes on. It is a little bit of it. There we go, tight fit. Leaves the USB hole clear. Drop the knobbly thing on there, and then screw that onto there, like so. Tighten it up. It's very much similar to the ones you get with the Phantom 2 Vision and the Phantom 3s. Now, give that a bit of a sight. Even quite tight, you can see it still does move and flex a little bit. For the Samsung phone, it's not too bad. You can just sit that in there like that, and you've got a perfectly good working display for your phone. It is a little bit fiddly to adjust, and it is, you know, it's quite solid. It really is. It's got a nice. I mean, it wobbles a bit. It's made of plastic. I mean, it's going to wobble a bit, isn't it? But you're not going to be shaking your controller like that unless you're cold. But obviously, there's a bit of a problem, because when you move up to something a bit bigger, let's say this Huawei tablet, and you pop that in there like that, it goes in. But as you can see, because of the way this bit here is orientated, it sort of sits off to one side. The adjustment is, it makes it sort of look a bit, it's not too bad. I'm a bit OCD things. I would have thought having it sat sort of dead centre would have been a little bit better for me. Let's take that out of there, and finally we'll pop we'll put the iPad in. Now you can't use the iPad, because if you do, you're gonna have to put it in the holder, and then you need to rotate it. But as you can see, you will struggle to. I'm just putting the aerials out of the way for a second to rotate it like that, and then you've got to tighten it back up again because it's all come loose. Ugh. Little arm here, you can see it just unscrews, so you have to sort of go like that with it so it tightens up a bit. And then if we drop the iPad in there like, there you see, you've got to make sure you put the adjusty bit at the top, and then go like that with it. And see, it's showing its flaws already. And now, of course, the aerials now, as you can see, are hidden behind here. So it's not too bad. And again, it does wobble a little bit because it is obviously made of plastic. But at least your aerials are clear. You can just tap them up against the back of the iPad. Now, you can, of course, tilt it if you want to sort of hold it like that. That would be all right for you in the field. Just pop that out of there, and we'll get the Shield and pull the sticks down. Now, this again is going to go in there, and I'm going to have to just put them up like that, and then in with the Shield. Now that does look all right, doesn't it? Now you can't. Just turn it around for a second. There's the aerials there. I do like to try and keep my aerials straight, so you'd have to sort of lift the screen up a bit to sort of use the aerials like that. And then when you turn it around, you see it hits the top of the aerials, so you can't really sort of have it at an angle unless you sort of put your aerials down. Then you could sort of tilt it and then adjust your aerials accordingly. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that particular stand, I'm going to give it a 5. It is usable for smaller devices, but it's not suitable for sort of bigger ones. Okay, so what did we move on to next then? Next one we were looking at, I bought, was on the screen now. This is for the DJI Mavic Pro Spark drone 4.6 to 12-inch holder and lanyard phone tablet adapter bracket. And I have that one here. Now this one's actually a bit different. It doesn't clip around as such. What it does is, if I can remember how to get this up and down, there we go. It's like a clamshell. It goes over the screen, under, and then you clip it and lock it into place. It then forms. Now the clip, you have to be careful because it doesn't always want to clip in. There we go. Make sure the clip's in nice and tight. This one comes with yet another adapter piece, which is here, and again another spring loaded one. And again, this does hold Samsung phone quite snugly. I'll put them on in a second. Watch your fingers. Watch your fingers. It's like a man trap. The iPad goes in, and it is a very stiff clip, so it does pass the shake test. That doesn't come out of there at all. The Huawei tablet. Now you see, I can't use the Huawei tablet in this because it won't go. Oh, it might just, there we go, you can squeeze it in lengthways if you wanted to, and then you can put that on there. So that's quite a good one. And then obviously last but not least is the shield. Now that goes in, and again like that. Now I've not tried the shake test on this with the shield. There we go. Yeah, that's holding quite well. However, when I was using this out in the field, I actually did prefer to use the holder off this one because it's got a bit more foam padding. That's basically just plastic on the back and foam at the top up there. So you can mix and match if you wanted to. Let's pop that on and I'll show you how well it holds when it's on the controller. Now again, when they put these together, they for some reason decided to put the middle piece, the mounting piece, off centre. I'm not sure the thinking behind that one. Tighten that up like that. Now the first thing you'll notice is, of course, is it's higher up. With the joint here, you can actually adjust it in that direction and in that direction as well. So you've got sort of two planes of movement on it. Let's get the shield. Let's pop the shield on. Now, obviously, you have to use this in portrait mode. Is that portrait? Sorry, landscape mode. And then you have to just tighten up the knobs at the back to keep it all nice and tight. Now, they are a bit of a fiddle. You have to go two at the same time like that, and then the aerials can go up. Now, you've then got, you see, you have to tilt it back a bit, or else your fingers are going to hit on the bottom of the screen. That, of course, does hide the little display here, but if you're not one of those who regularly use the little display, then that's fair enough, don't worry about it. Of course, USB slot's still available, and you will need to run a cable from here up to the tablet if you want to use it. But as you can see, it does wobble really badly. Just with the smallest of movement, your screen wobbles, and no matter how much I've tightened these up, I just can't get this to not wobble. I'll give that a bit more of a tight, because it's just, the weak points here, as you can see, it's just wobbling there, because it's made of plastic. But for a smaller phone, I mean, it would be ideal. Let's just pop the Samsung in, for instance. We'll pop that in there. Turn the bracket around like that. And there you go. Probably not as much wobble on it. Yeah, still wobbles. Yeah, I don't like wobble. Let's take that out of there. So that one was £11.47, as you saw on the actual eBay page. Take that off, just a case of undo it. Now I'm always looking, because obviously you're going to be carrying these around the field, you want to make sure that they can at least fold flat to some degree, because you don't have to be carrying some kind of separate box or something around. And this one does actually fold quite flat when you put it together. That goes in there like that, and then it does fold flat. That's as flat as it folds. That one obviously has less of a profile on it. You can just slip that into a bag or something like that. not happy with a pair of them. I wanted something that was decent, something that had, you know, firmness to it. So let's go back to eBay and see what we can get. So I finally settled on this one. This one obviously was the most expensive at £24.99. Aluminium construction, plastic holder, obligatory lanyard. Now they do two versions of these, one with a holder for the crystal sky, which is this piece down here, so it mounts in, and obviously one without. So it's designed for both. Make sure you click on which one you want, because you don't get the holder for the crystal sky when you buy the one without it, as I found out, because this listing originally did say, did show the crystal sky adapter, but didn't have this choice page here. Seller's being a bit narky about it, but there you go. Creative Online, by the way, I bought from. That's that guy here. Of course, let's have a look at what it actually looks like. Here it is on the table, as you can see. Really nice machined aluminium frame, and you basically just go like that with it, and then you can pop out that bit there and then that bit there. It goes into the controller very much like a normal smartphone would. Simply slide it into the arms, keep it tight, and then just give it a good squeeze to get it in there. There you go. And then you put the stand on. Now unfortunately, this is the caveat. This stand is absolutely crap. It's one of those nasty cheap ones. You can put a phone in the back, you pee. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to get my Shield tablet. I'm going to put that in there. And then, oops, it falls out. It's alright, I've got a screen guard on my tablet. But then again, it just falls out. There's absolutely no grip whatsoever on this at all. I'm going to have to make some kind of addition to it to get it to hold, because this one is using a tripod screw, as you can see from the top of there. So I can't use any of these ones unless I find some way of attaching something to there. You know, you've gone to the trouble of making this nice machined metal top thing, and then you give us a cheap nasty holder for the tablet. But when it's on, it does work quite well. I'm just going to screw that onto there, push through, and then don't try this at home. Right, screw that on. Oh no, you got to make sure that that's, there we go. I wasn't putting enough of the thread out on it. Screw it on like that. Now as you can see, when I tighten that up on there, best doing this before you actually put it on the tablet maybe, but I always do it afterwards because I like to make life difficult for myself. There we go. Okay, so your tablet will sit in there, like so, and then you've got plenty of, so it even comes out and you do that, there you go. Now, you'll notice there's a little bit of a movement on it, and I realise what that is. I'm just going to show you so you don't make the same mistake I do. Just loosen the arms, and you'll notice here I've put a little bit of foam padding, because when it sits in there, it hits the bottom of the lip there, and the gap was just slightly more than I expected. So give it a good squeezing and make sure it's tight up against there, and then that stops that from bouncing around. There you go, see? Absolutely no wobble whatsoever. Now what I like about this is, first of all, as I said, it is fully adjustable in all the different axes and so on. You can have it lying flat, you can have it tilted up. Comes with little spare cap covers for those, and also some Allen keys and a little cross spanner for tightening them up as well, just in case it gets loose somewhere down the line. Which one would I say buy? Depends on what tablet you're using. If you're going to use something big, then get something like this, but I would definitely make sure you probably get some foam pad in there just to hold your tablet in, because it's not going to stay on the field. Especially if you're wearing a lanyard and you let go of it, it's going to go bunk and your tablet's going to fall on the floor, and then you won't be very happy and it might break, and then you won't be able to fly. If you've got a smaller phone, then this was ideal, you know, for your Samsungs and so on. And I like the design of this one. For the clamshell, because it goes around, plus it's adjustable. Now if they did this in something like that, that would be nice, like a little metal box that goes around. The weak point is this H shape here. These arms tend to bend out over time for the clip, and then the clip doesn't hold properly, and eventually you end up dropping your phone, as I did when I was testing it for the first time. yeah, this one, but not that holder. I'm going to do something to make sure I can use that with that. I'm going to find some way of definitely gluing on a tripod mount or something from a GoPro kit. So that's it. That's my stand and deliver, or which stand can deliver. This one, 25 quid, it's worth it if you are a Mavic Pro owner, because you can get a decent size tablet in there, even the iPads, and it looks a lot better than looking down at the phone all the time. Let me know what you think in the comments below. In the meantime, I'm going to go flying hopefully today. The weather's looking a bit nicer. If you are going to fly today, as always, fly safely, take care, and I'll see you again real soon.